There's two sides. There's two sides. There's two sides. There's two sides.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing so good this morning. Had such a great opening here. And I don't even have my mic on. That is why Penny gets to be. That's why there are two sides to every story. Let's go back and look at Penny again, and I'll explain this one more time, what my problem is. There she is, just sleeping away right here. And I got the mic off. I thought I had everything correct this morning because I really had worked hard to have this great opening. And there is no excuse except I'm exhausted. Penny gets to sleep. I get to be here on the radio. She truly is the star. Had some people here yesterday after they left. They sent a text back. We really love Penny. Excuse me. Excuse me. We really love Penny. and then somebody else sends her flowers. We really love Penny. Well, I'm glad y'all love Penny. I could use just a little love, but I'm glad y'all love Penny. Because now, later on in the show, I'm going to talk about this. Couldn't believe I saw this story this morning. She had it tabbed for me to look at when I came out here this morning. She'd been checking out some of the stories for me to talk about this morning, and it says, meet the pet owner spending thousands of dollars on dog wellness, from 800 red light therapy to special beds, massages. She's going, they're not even stars, and look what's happening to them. So we'll come back and talk about that one a little later. So last night here in Greenwood really showed up. I think that is what the real headline of what happened at County Council last night. I think there are a couple of finer points that y'all need to be aware of that I'm going to want to fill you in on. But I thought first I'm going to give you the weather report, because the weather is what the weather is right here this morning. I want to discuss the weather real quick. It is hot, hot, hot. It is hot, hot, hot. Somebody just sent me a message. Am I on the air? Am I on the air, everybody? Thank God I have you all out there to help me out doing this show. All right. Right now, though, let's discuss the weather. It is already 83, and it feels like 90 degrees, folks. 83 degrees in physical temperature. And you know my discussion, what does feel like actually mean? Where do you get feel like from? But we will not discuss it. Feels like 90 degrees. We are headed for a high of 95. That means the feel like temperature will be over 100 today. It is Wednesday, July 8th. Sunny to partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. That's during the day. Tonight. Clear skies, low of 74. This is the day before the day of the Festival of Discovery. Thursday, July 9th, high of 94, low of 73, partly sunny skies. Friday is pretty much of a ditto day, maybe a slight chance of a shower, but not much either day. But because of this heat, you can kind of expect we probably will get a little shower. Cool it down a little bit, but make it even more muggy. Saturday, high of 91, low of 72, and a 40% chance of showers. Let's maybe look at that just to know where we're at, because it is the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise. Saturday is a big day. We want to make sure that we are knowing what we can expect. Partly cloudy with afternoon showers or thunderstorms. Storms may contain strong gusty winds, high of 91, chance of rain 40%. Well, you know what? All I say is, a little rain just cools it down so you can be out there and enjoy it. Saturday night, of course, is the really, really, really big night, Saturday night. What do we have? Scattered thunderstorms in the evening, then variable clouds overnight, and more showers at times. Storms may contain strong gusty winds, low of 72. That'll be the end of the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise coming in on Sunday. Whew! We're going to cool down, of course. 86 will be the high. Low of 69 degrees, and it says on Sunday we are going to have rain showers in the morning with numerous thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Chance of rain 80%. Then we come into Monday with a high of 82. Look at this, 82 on Monday. That'll be just unbelievable. But we start climbing back up the rest after that. But that's where we're at here. And I'm Ann Eller, the weather report. The weather will be whatever the weather will be, whether we like it or not. The weather will be cold. The weather will be hot. We'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Good morning, Greenwood. Good morning, Greenwood. So, as I was starting to say, before my monologue got interrupted by a mic that just happened to not work, I think Penny's kind of trying to sabotage me over here at WCRS. Anyways, let's see. Last night, Greenwood showed up. That's what I'd have to say about that. It was a huge outpouring of people in our community. Some of them even saying they had never been to a county council meeting, city council meeting. They had not had interest, or I guess maybe didn't feel that it was necessary, but they were there for last night's meeting. And I'm going to tell you what, having as many people there speaking last night really, I think, made a difference. And it should. After all, the government you get is as good as what you put into it. And last night, the people of Greenwood put into it. So I want to play this clip from Fox Carolina, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what this means, where it actually stands. I think one thing you should understand before I even play this that I want to make, and I'll come back to it again, the the moratorium vote passed by a 4-3 vote, but that was second reading. It now has to go to third reading. So you must be aware, while it is going in a positive direction for those that want the moratorium, which I think is a lot of people, it is not finalized yet. So, but without further ado, let's see if I can pull this Fox Carolina, and we're just going to listen to their report because I really thought it covered quite a bit about what we were looking for here. Take it away right now. Play. Well, let's see. Oh, what do we need? We need some.
But after widespread pushback, a pause could be put in place instead. Fox Carolina's own Ashley Listrom was at that meeting tonight and joins us now live in Greenwood County with more on what unfolded inside drama at points. Ashley, what can you share?
Rachel, Justin, that is right. I mean, dozens of people spoke tonight. There were cheers, there were boos, but ultimately those voices were heard. Greenwood County Council passing the second of 3 readings on a moratorium that would put a pause on data centers for the next year.
Even if we don't want that. I'm going to ask the deputy sheriff to remove you if you shout from that audience one more time. Do you understand?
Data dispute during Greenwood County Council.
They're not trying to improve Greenwood County, they're trying to exploit it.
We need more time to fully understand the consequences of allowing this type of development to be built.
Listen to us.
These are massive industrial warehouses filled with computer equipment, cooling systems, and polluting generators.
After hours of public comment, the council voted 4-3 to advance a 1-year moratorium that would block all new data center approvals in Greenwood County for 12 months.
That is a 4-3 approval of the 12-month moratorium.
Then, a separate ordinance that originally would have allowed data centers in certain areas was ultimately shot down by council.
And that passes 4-3.
The council also revealed tonight they're not currently negotiating a deal with any data center company, but say they have been approached by 3 companies with offers that could bring the county $30 to $40 million a year. But tonight's vote could put those conversations on hold. State leaders and environmental activists were also in this room here behind me tonight, a sign of just how far this fight has come, and all of those folks also expressing opposition to these data centers. Justin, Rachel.
And Ashley, those residents, they're ultimately getting what they desired out of the county council meeting tonight. So what happens next now with this 12-month moratorium?
Well, Justin, this 1-year moratorium now faces its 3rd and final reading. And, you know, if it is approved in a year, those data centers will be blocked for the next year. It'll face that final reading in 2 weeks. And based off of tonight, you know, this building here behind me was packed, and we could expect another packed house in just 2 weeks. For now, reporting live in Greenwood County, Ashley Listrom, Fox Carolina News.
Okay, well,
Now's
that's
the time to unbox new business cards from Vistaprint.
no.
Just upload your design or tweak one
no,
of our
no,
thousands
no,
of
no.
templates. From premium paper to options like...
New tonight, tension spilling over in a packed county.
Okay, we've heard that. Let's go, let's see, yeah, there's Penny. She's not interested in this at all, and I was very interested in it last night. Spent till almost 9 o'clock, I think the meeting went last night, and the votes. But let's just talk about real quick about about what happened last night. What happened last night? There were a lot of tensions, I think, in the room. There was a lot of angst going forth. I'm not really going to get into the back and forth on it. I think that is something that can come forth at another day. And the meeting, of course, is on on YouTube. Go to Greenwood County SC County Council. You'll see their logo, and you can watch any of them. But that would, of course, would be the latest one. And I expect the numbers on that one are going to be a lot bigger than what they normally are. So I just wanted to say this: in 2 weeks, County Council will have to vote again. Chairman has to put it forward for the third reading, and they have to make a final decision on the moratorium. The votes last night for the moratorium, or for or against the moratorium, for not having a moratorium, it was Theo Lane, Teresa Griffin, and Joanna Bishop. Those three stayed firm with moving forward on the text amendment. Those voting to have the moratorium: Mark Allison, Kathy Miller, Dane Pruitt, and Robbie Templeton. So that was the 4-3 vote that was happening, and so when we look at how this is moving forward, that I think is the question. That's where we stand right now. A lot of things can happen in 2 weeks. That was on the moratorium. Then Kathy Miller introduced an amendment. This is complicated now, so stay with me. An amendment on the text amendment that stated there would be, her amendment was to have no data centers in, what was it, I-1, I-2, and RDD. So I-1, I-2, and RDT, to have no data centers in those areas, saying basically, if I understand this correctly, that even if this text amendment went forth, there would be no place for them to have data centers. So it was a block is what I'd call that. And again, the same people voted the same way for it. Mark Allison, Kathy Miller, Dane Pruitt, and Robbie Templeton all voted to include that language in the text amendment. They had to go through 2 votes to do this. So just in case you don't know, but they had to go through 2 votes. And the second, maybe they did the first, I'm not sure which way, but the bottom line to it is, if the text amendment goes forth, well, actually it did go forth, it would not have data centers in I-1, I-2, or RDD. So they effectively blocked it either way. Now, during this 2-week period, one of the questions that came up, since the moratorium is only moved forward, it has not been approved totally. So don't think that the effort to move this forward is over. Yes, it was a victory, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. For those that want the moratorium in place, it is not over yet. You need one more reading. But the question came up: if a data center walked in here tomorrow, purchased property, and wanted to get a permit, what would happen? And because of the legislation that is pending with the moratorium, and I guess because of the way the text amendment was set up, that it would be called a pending ordinance doctrine, which means that they would not be able to issue a permit for a data center. So right at this moment, it looks like Greenwood is in pretty good shape as far as not having a data center. However, it only carried by 1 vote, which is all it needs. But 2 weeks from now, yesterday, Tuesday. 2 weeks from now, they will be voting again. Let's see, that was the 7th, the 14th. Looks like it would be the 21st will be the final vote on the moratorium. And there's, I believe, probably things that could prevent it from being brought up. But I'm not going to say that because I don't know that. But that would have to be the third reading. So before everybody celebrates too much and thinks that they have won, you need to stay focused, because in the next 2 weeks, you've the 4 votes that are there, and who knows, maybe somebody else on council would join in. But the 4 votes there, number 1, must be preserved, need to be preserved, not must be, but need to be preserved. And will anybody else on council decide to move that way? The votes again for the moratorium, for putting a moratorium in place: Mark Allison, Kathy Miller, Dane Pruitt, and Robbie Templeton. The votes against the moratorium: Joanna Bishop, Teresa Griffin, and Theo Lane. That is where it stands. And I think there's plenty of opportunity to have more conversation about it. I'm sure you're going to see lots of comments on social media. I'm sure you can go back. What I would recommend is you may want to put it on double speed to watch it on YouTube. But a lot of people spoke impassioned at the meeting last night. There was a lot of the same questions that I've had. What's the rush? What is the rush? County Council County Council Chairman said there was not a deal with a data center on the table, but, and that's all he said. Yes, they'd been in contact with 3, but that was the end of it. I don't know. I also know that if you'd like to go back and watch the show that we did yesterday morning on Facebook Live, the I Love Ann show with Tina Escalona, with Adam Jackson, and David Schofield. There you go, Ann. David Schofield, and then Representative McCravey came in and talked about what the text amendment and this type of thing. That show is available. It is right there on Facebook Live, WCRS Radio. A lot of good information in that one also. So if you're just getting in on finding out about what all the hubbub is about, might be a good place to start to watch and or listen to that show. Then the other thing is, of course, you can go back and watch what happened at County Council. It was pretty tense. It was a large group. Overall, I think it was pretty respectful. There were some moments there where it was not on both sides of the issue, but overall, I think it was pretty respectful. So that concludes what I want to say about data centers here this morning. There are 2 sides. Let me play that. Let me play just a little bit of this song, because I do kind of love this song. This is the E.G. Kite. We're going to just play a little bit of it. I just love this song.
There's 2 sides to every story. That's what I've always heard. Now I'm starting to worry, 'cause your lines are getting blurred. I got a real bad feeling down deep in my bones. Don't try to tell me, baby, there ain't nothing going on. Whoa, whoa, there's 2
sides to every story. That's right. There's 2 sides to every story. There are two sides to every story. Sometimes there's more than two sides. Don't you agree? There can be a lot more sides. But that kind of concludes what I want to say about the data center issue. It was a big issue. Go back and watch it for yourself. Make your own opinions. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew this morning that while the moratorium is moving forward, it is not in place. But it would, the status of what we have going on between the text amendment and between the moratorium votes from last night, it's called a pending ordinance doctrine, will not allow any data centers to come in. But the work still continues. All right, I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS Radio. We are coming up on 10 o'clock this morning. Penny, have you got anything you'd like to contribute to the show today? I mean, I just need to know. Are you contributing anything at all? No, not really. I think this is totally boring. Totally boring. So, what else do we got? We got messages coming in all over the place. 864-332-9355, 864-332-9355. Check us out, send us a message, or you can comment right here on Facebook Live. Yeah, Penny's yawning here this morning. Unbelievable. No wonder she's the star. All right, now what else are we talking about here this morning? Had a great afternoon yesterday afternoon, talking with some of our artists that are going to be here for the Blues Cruise and Festival of Discovery. I have to say, I think Gary Irwin has knocked it out of the park for this upcoming Blues Cruise. It is now, folks, remember this, it is the 25th anniversary of the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise. 25 years ago, in uptown Greenwood, before all the beautification, before there was the hope of having a huge festival, Paula Brooks, saw the potential, was looking for something, met up with Gary Irwin at one of his festivals down further in the lower part of the state, wondered if something like this could come to Greenwood. He came up here, took a look, and they made a plan. I don't remember how many barbecuers they had. I think they had 3 or 4 barbecuers, and they had a couple of blues artists. It was moderately successful. And they had the entrepreneurial spirit to say, let's do this. And it has become a huge, and I mean a huge success for Greenwood. Not only do we have the Festival of Flowers, then we follow it up in the hottest months of the year with the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise. It's a sanctioned event for those that are barbecuers. And great prize money, so it is well desired to come here, to come to Greenwood for this event. One of the things that makes this event so successful from the barbecuers' point of view is the fact that they have water and power right there to each of their trailers, kitchens. This is a huge thing. And when you talk to barbecuers, they say, oh, yeah, not having to haul water from X amount of feet, not to have a generator on board. These are things that really make a difference when it's talking about coming to Greenwood. Mix the blues music with it, mix all the venues that we have to have all these events, and you really have the potential to have something cool. But without the right people in place, our city employees, CPW, sanitation, all these people, without all these people in place, none of this would be possible. Without somebody well-versed in the blues industry looking for those artists that are either legends in their own time, possibly those that are a rising star, and maybe we could get them here before they go off into famedom, without having somebody like a Gary Irwin capable of pulling these artists together and pulling a variety of artists together for the Blues Cruise. The Blues Cruise would not be as successful as it is. But because we do have these people, we have a win-win situation. So if you see some of those sanitation workers out there working hard, CPW people working hard, make sure you thank them for all they do. I have been in uptown Greenwood and seen, it kind of reminds me of, they talk about down in Augusta, if somebody drops a piece of trash on the ground, somebody whips by and picks it up. I've heard that for years down there in Augusta. It's almost, I said, like that in Greenwood. The trash is picked up so quickly. Those trash cans don't seem to overflow. They are on it all the time. Even at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, they are out there doing it. So thank you for all that make this possible. And to make it 25 years and still be as fresh and as exciting as it is every year is pretty much a testament to the abilities of all those involved. So yesterday afternoon, we had 5 artists with us, and you can go back and watch it or listen to it again. It's right there right at this moment. It's on WCRS 98.5 FM /1450 AM. Sometimes I think you can put in WCRS radio and we actually come up as a Facebook location. That video is live right there. We talked to Adam and Sean Gussoff. Of note, Adam has been a professor at Ole Miss in English, I think it was. He just retired this year. He also has taught harmonica lessons. He's great at harmonica. We had an excellent conversation with him and his son, and so they are going to be here. Then we talked to Robert Top Thomas, used to play guitar and co-lead the Florida Swamp Blues band Smokehouse. Now he's a solo artist. We had an excellent conversation with him. Of note of the interview, I did recommend that perhaps he should start wearing a top hat because his name is Robert Top Thomas, and he explained how he got that title. Won't tell you that on the air, but I will tell you I told him, maybe you need a top hat. He actually liked that idea, FYI. So we'll see if he shows up here in Greenwood. He is down there from Florida. We'll see if he shows up here in Greenwood with a top hat. Next up was Christopher Dean, a little challenged on how to use Zoom, but we got through it. And he is actually down in Myrtle Beach trying to soak up some sun. He's from New Jersey. He said he didn't want to be so pale when he came to Greenwood, and it's been pouring down rain. So what the heck? Anyways, he's been playing... he's toured with Big Jack Johnson, Johnny Rawls, and some other great artists. He was a great interview, too. Mark Winter, leader of the Nighthawks, one of America's blues bands for the last 50 years. That is an interview that even if you're not interested in the rest of it, you ought to try to. I should really try to pull a clip out on that. That was an excellent interview about his life. He played with, who did he play with? Muddy Waters. I mean, the question should be, who didn't Mark Winter play with? That would be the question. And I actually should have asked him that. Was there anybody you ever missed out on playing with that you wished you'd played with? I didn't, but that would have been an excellent question. He is going to be here Friday and Saturday night at... next door on Maxwell. That is right next door to Flynn's in the little alleyway right there. You should go see him. He is a legend in his own time. And then to finish it up with Vanessa Collier, who, when I said that Gary has an uncanny ability to find artists before they actually hit on their rising star, Vanessa is one of them. She is a female saxophone player, and what a excuse me, what a talent. I don't know. I've got a little congestion here this morning. All right. She is a talent. Gary recognized that her star was about to hit, and it did. She's been traveling internationally for the last, I guess the last 10 years, I think. I think the last time she was here might be 10 years, 2016. And she has done so well. She has traveled everywhere. Of note, on the front page story of the Index Journal was Vanessa Collier. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Vanessa Collier. And I caught my eye that it said she was taking piano and then she wanted to take the saxophone. She did expand on that story on WCRS, my interview yesterday. Great story. If you get an opportunity to go back and listen to it, it is all about how her success. I think the other thing that was so interesting, she credits her mother as being a person that she could count on to be there. And so opening that next door and going through it, she knew that her mom would always be there. What a testament to her mom. And yes, I brought up the pink pumps that she wore when she was here in 2016, I believe it was. And she goes, Ann, I still got the pumps. And I said, well, I'll be looking for them. Anyways, that concluded what we did yesterday on the interviews. Oh, excuse me. Today, we have coming up this afternoon, John Lee Murphy with John Lee and the Apparitions, Ruth Wyand, lady guitar specialist. She's going to present a woman's blues history. Mama's Got the Blues at the museum, as well as do several gigs. It'll be her first time here. This should be most interesting at the museum. And the biggest thing you can say about the museum, along with great conversation and everything else, it's so cool, meaning it's so cool and comfortable. I plan to be there for that one. Trent Van Baracom of the band Zydeco Yaya, that's an accordion player and fiddler with some hot Louisiana dance music. Michelle Malone and Tad Robinson will round out our selection of artists for today. So I hope you will tune in for that because we always find out something interesting, and that's what I love about this job. We also tell you where they're going to be playing, and we always try to play a little of their music to give you an idea of what you can expect to hear, the type of music, because there's absolutely no way with 25 acts that you can see it all. So that's the Blues Cruise, and of course all the barbecuers. Saturday night they will award the belts, the wins, etc., etc. Friday night is Kids Q. Oh, so much good stuff on this. So that's that part of it. Now, I also want to mention another part of it. We have Local Focal right here in Greenwood. All during the year, Granger Smith, usually, sometimes he misses, usually sends me an audio file that we play that talks about where all the local artists are playing. Whether they're playing in Greenwood or whether they ventured out, they cover where these artists are playing every weekend. So this will be the third year that Local Focal will be playing upstairs at Howard's. And they will have continuous music. They start Thursday evening, Friday and Saturday. So this is going to be a great lineup while you're out perusing and checking out all the barbecue right there. Of course, you'll be right there at Howard's, Uptown Greenwood. You can get your barbecue. You can go over and sit down at the main stage. That's what I like to do. Just bring me the music. Make me not have to walk. But if you want to walk around, of course, there's all the venues. But make sure you check out Local Focal upstairs at Howard's. All kinds of music being played, and it's just, it really is a testament to how much great music comes from right here in Greenwood. So make sure that you put that on your calendar, on your trip list to check it out. Now, of note, it is usually very crowded up there. There's a lot of people, but there's also a lot of excitement with all the musicians playing. So that is what it's all about, is community and fun. I will tell you, the main stage, I think, is one of the best places to hang out. If you don't know what you want to hear, all you got to do is sit down, maybe get a drink. They should have some cooling fans there to help keep it cool, and then enjoy the music, let it come to you, and let the people come, because everybody comes by there to see what's going on. So it's a great place. If you're not familiar where you want to go, or you don't know where you want to go, check that out. Begins tomorrow evening. We will have artists in studio tomorrow. So that'll begin, I think, Thursday. Yes, 4 to 4:30, Jared Petty's, and 4:30 to 5, Liz Pennock will be boogie piano and Dr. Blues on guitar. First time here. I wonder if they brought their piano, if they'll bring it in here and play it for us. Anyways, and then Friday, Eric Selby and Alabama Mike and Skylar Softly will be joining us on Friday. And that, of course, then kicks off Thursday afternoon, kicks off the opening of the barbecue. And, of course, Thursday, I think around lunchtime, you can start getting barbecue. So that's some of the things that are going on. What else have we got here today to talk about? Let's slide. There are some other important things to talk about, but I guess, Penny, look at this. I guess, Penny, yes, there she is with her paw saying, yeah, it's about time you get my breakfast. She started saying she needs it on a silver platter, folks. Why should she have to get up? Just bring it on a silver platter. All right, but that story about dogs we'll save till tomorrow. Pampered pets, I think I'll have to discuss with Penny what aspect of this and what she's looking for out of this story. So we will read that story and have it more prepared for you, shall we say it that way. Now let's check out any other events going on this weekend that I may have missed. Here, let's see, let's go back here, see what we have gotten. A weekend full of barbecue, blues, and the arts. And, of course, that, of course, is always brought to us by St. Clair with the Index Journal. So you've got barbecue. You can sample barbecue from competition teams between 11 and 3 on Saturday. That's called the People's Choice Voting. Purchase sample tickets for $1 each at the information tent near the corner of Oak Avenue and Main Street. Then you walk around. They give you generous samples. I'm going to tell you what, these are not little tastes. They are really generous samples. And I think basically the barbecuers do it because they're trying to sway you because they really want to win the People's Choice. I'll take it whatever way they do it, but that's kind of fun. Then, of course, there's all the music like we've been talking about. Music, art, and drama, MAD, are the focus of the free summer Christian camp at Emmanuel Lutheran Church, 501 Cresswell Avenue East in Greenwood. Thursday through Saturday, register for free. Get information by emailing office at ilccgreenwood, ilccgreenwood.com. Also, see art by 8 different artists from Center Street Studio in Greenwood's Harris Mill community that is on display at Howard's on Main through August. They also have sunflowers. Let's see, Denver Downs right here in South Carolina is doing the Sunflower Festival in Anderson on Saturday and Sunday. I have never been to that, and I've always wanted to go. And I probably won't make it this week either. But anyways, I think they're doing it 2 weekends. They're doing it festival in Anderson. There's also a second weekend on July 18th and 19th. Maybe I can make it there for that one. I would love to go to that. They have tens of thousands of colorful sunflowers, including black oil sunflowers and rare species. There's a flower picking, photography opportunities, vendors and crafts, foods and sips, and more. And if you want to take some blooms home, be sure to secure your online bucket or jar options available for purchase and get your ticket. So there you go. For those that are into sewing, there is where is this? At the Starbucks in right here in, looks like Uptown Greenwood. The group shares sewing successes and helps you with challenges you might be facing. That's at 10 a.m. That's something new I didn't know about. And also, you can register now for Paws and Play Puppies and Yoga event happening 11 a.m. Saturday at the Humane Society. Space is limited, and don't be surprised what can happen at Puppies and Yoga at the Humane Society. I've heard some interesting stories, but it sure looks like a lot of fun. So check all that out. And as I said, Local Focal is going to be having a good time in Uptown Greenwood, playing at Howard's on the second story upstairs at Howard's. Check that out. I think I am done for today. I'll just tell you. It certainly has been and continues to be. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about politics and where the election was going to go. This last week, 10 days, we've been talking a lot about data centers and where that's going to go. Last night was kind of the culmination for a part of this process. But I think the biggest win last night was the involvement of the people of Greenwood County and the fact that on the council, 4 people understood what the people were saying. And so that is a win for Greenwood. The biggest thing that I can say, in the next 2 weeks, people still need to be engaged. They still need to be aware. And being at that meeting for the third reading of the moratorium will be important. So, for now, Captain Ann is signing out. Captain Ann is signing out, and Penny is saying, ding! Bring on the food, please. I'm a little hungry this morning. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We will now proceed to dropping the curtain. Penny, we're going to drop the curtain. Are you ready? Okay, we'll drop the curtain and cue the music. And say adieu and say thank you, everybody, for tuning in right here on WCRS. I truly enjoy being able to chronicle what happens in Greenwood. Every day I chronicle or try to chronicle what is happening right here in Greenwood. And it has been the greatest pleasure of my life to be able to do that. So, without further ado, bye-bye, everybody.